Welcome team to Move Better 55 Plus Fall 2024. I'm very excited that you've committed this 1 hour to yourself every week. But as you know, if you're part of this series, I ask that you repeat this class if you are live one more time. Plus you will be getting towards the end of this class a movement prescription homework, okay? And that will be 3 days a week. But this is quick. This is like 5 minutes, boom. Okay, so no excuses, none, zero. Everybody has 5 minutes, 3 times, do the math. A long resistance band is required today. And if you saw the welcome video with props and things like that, I usually recommend that you have a resistance band that is at least as long from your foot to your shoulder. Okay, if it is not, don't fret, we'll still make it work, but at the same time, this would be more efficient for your workout. Secondly, for today's class, you're gonna need a chair, potentially a blanket, and your weights nearby. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. But in the meantime, we're gonna start with a little bit of a fun dance party that's gonna be a little bit on the functional side. So if you have a chair, you're gonna turn the chair so the backrest is facing you because you're gonna need it. There's a little choreography happening today. So this one is for the Shania Twain fans. No one needs to know. Can we all hear that? Thumbs up. All right, so find your little bit of a beat. This is just to get the blood flowing. I want a handsome man. Find the back of your chair. Place the hands on the back of your chair. Step back. 1, 2, 1, 2, hop. Do it with me. Start back here. 1, 2, 1, 2, hop. Back again. So we're just gonna add a little bit of impact, and a stomp doesn't have to happen. It could be, or a jump. It could be a heel raise. Stomp, 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 jump. Replace the jump with a heel pop. Stomp, 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 jump. That's it. And I know I'm the least coordinated person, but listen to the beat. No one needs to know by now. This is courtesy of my friends at Ice Physical Therapy, always coming up with creative ways to get our bones stronger. So again, add a heel pop in lieu of a jump. That's it. Keep that chair nearby, right? We're using it for some support. So my hands are on that chair the whole time. And if you get tired of jumping, then we just dance. I don't expect you to jump for the whole song. But when you feel the urge to stomp, 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 jump, that's it, Karen. Woo! Shake things out. Forget what your expectations are of this class or your body. Today's day 1. Yes? I'm gonna go back to my stomp. Ready? Stomp, 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 jump. That's it. Have a little fun. Turn it into a dance if you prefer. This is your opportunity to get some information into your body. Telling it needs to be strong. Whew, a little bit of cardio. My apologies, Dana, for those of you with no AC today or a hot house. Nice job. Woo! Now's your chance. Grab a quick water. Whew, got the heart rate up just a little bit. We're gonna start. So move that chair off to the side. For those of you who are coming down onto the floor, that was fun, right? So you got the move. If you're redoing it, you're away from the chair, you're stomp, 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 heel pop or jump. Stomp, 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 stomp. Yeah, so fun. All right, so from here, we're either coming into a wall downward facing dog. For those of you who are comfortable on the floor, You're coming into a 4-point kneel and then extending your arms away from your body and pushing your hips in the opposite direction of your wrist creases. So again, if you're at a wall, you're coming into a hip hinge position. Knees are unlocked, focusing on pushing your hands into the wall. So find a variation that suits you best. Knees are wide, right? Because we need space for our abdomen, so don't bring your knees together. And you don't necessarily have to have your forehead on the floor. That's it, Dina. So what I'm gonna ask you to do, Dina, you're gonna stay in the position, but walk your hands closer to your body by a couple of inches and push your butt up and back a couple of inches. Yes, good. That's it, Karen. So try to stay in the posture as opposed to coming in and out of it. You're just gonna reach those arms forward. Now, I know some of us have issues with our arms overhead, so then focus on maybe your arms being a little bit wider. For those of you who are at a wall, again, knees are unlocked. You're pushing your palms into the surface that they are in contact with. Take a couple of breaths. Imagine, if you will, my hands are on your back rib cage. Right? I'm just wrapping my thumb and fingers around your back rib cage, and you're breathing into my palms. So take a couple of more breaths here, Claudette. Same with you, Judy. Nice full breath. We need to get some movement in our thoracic spine. This is probably one of the stiffest areas of our body. So focusing on your intention of your breath going into your back rib cage is imperative to functional breathing. Today's workout's going to include a hinge, a squat, a push, a pull. 4 of basically 7 functional movement patterns that we work on in this class. From here, let's make our way to 4-point. So for those of you on the floor, you're just going to stack your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. For those of you who are using a chair, I like the elevated surface. So have a look here. My hands are on the seat of a chair. Knees are unlocked. So pick your poison, y'all. And from here, you're going to extend your right arm as high in line with your shoulder, but reaching it away from your body. Thumb up to the sky, please. Yeah, and then can you extend the opposite leg back behind you? Holding it here for 3, 2, look down, 1, release, switch sides. So we're starting with the arm first. Don't go both limbs at the same time. Arm first, then slowly push the leg back behind you like there's a wall that you're pushing the sole of your foot on, and release. Switch sides. That's it. You got it. You got it. So again, it's a bird dog, but we're trying not to rush through our bird dog. If we do, we're never going to find that stability in your core. Push that right hand into the ground, Karen. Nice job. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Keep going. You count your own 3, 2, 1, yeah? Good. Again, arm first. That's it, Judy. Then shoot that leg back behind you. Then you start your count 3, 2, 1, and lower. One more time on each side, please. For those of you who are not on the ground, you're going to sit on the seat of a chair. For those of you who are on the ground, you're going to flip yourself over. We understand best practices. So for those who are not on the ground, you're sitting on a chair. Feet are hip width apart. For those of you who are on the ground, there's nothing underneath your head. And what I'd like you to do, lift all 10 toes and push the soles of your feet down into the ground. Give me 10 bridges. So hips up, hips down, hips up, hips down. 10 times. Again, chair variation. Sit to stand 10 times. It's the same movement. That hip hinge. That's it, Shelly. Good. Keep your hands on your hips, shoulders back. Shelly? Yes. Looking straight ahead. Let's go, Judy. Push and come on up. Yes. Nice job. So Karen is showing an example of how you can make it more difficult. You can lift the whole forefoot and dig your heel into the ground. Say hello to your hamstrings doing that. It's not a necessity, it's just an option. That's it. You're doing this 10 times. Look at those muscles, Deborah. Beautiful muscles. 10 times of your bridge or sit to stand. And then, guess what? You get to go back and do your bird dogs again. So transition, not like that, so. How do we get up? She gave me a face. Again, 4-point kneeling, extend the arm, pause, push with that hand it's in the ground, and then the opposite leg reaches back, holding for 3, 2, 1, and lower. If you're going quickly, you shall feel the 0, the nothing, the nada, the zilcho. Good. Karen, lower that leg a little bit lower, so not higher than your hips, at hip level. Do the counting. Yes. So that core, see how you kind of wobbled when your leg went back, Claudette? That's your core needing to fire just a little bit more. So a little bit more tension, and you got it. Nice, Dana. Good job, Elizabeth. This you're super coordinated in. I love it. Give me one more on each side, team. Again, for those of you who are not on the floor, what are you doing? You're doing your bird dog on a chair. It's the same exercise. Good. And then transition onto your back one more time. 10 bridge lifts. Better, Sue. Yes. So Karen, I challenge you now. I don't normally do this, but I know you're a keener. Every time you come up, you're going to try to drag your heels towards your bum. Drag them back. Do it. Hoo-wee. That's it. Yup. Hamstrings galore. So Shelly, you're doing your sit to stands. 10 of them. Sit to stands. Okay, if that's too much, that's okay. You can just wait. Shelly, I can't hear you, just so you know. You'd have to unmute yourself if you have a question, okay? Good. And for those of you who are on the floor, you're going to turn around, come back up, and we're on to the next exercise. So that was just the hip hinge repeated. The hip hinge pattern can look like this. Can you see how the sit to stand and your bridge are the same, in fact, movement, right? You're pushing with your feet, you're lifting your hips. That was just another option. From here, bring your thighs together. Come on up, Dina. This is not a vacation. Let's go, Nonna. All right, from here, you're gonna find that cutesy stance. Send your tush back, place your hands on the tops of the thighs, and lift up out of the waistline. So push your hands down, shoulders down, and let's see if we can circle our knees a little bit around our ankles, right? So we are washing our knees. We're sending them to the laundry mat. And if that doesn't work for you, then just like something like this, just side to side. So I don't want you to do anything that's going to cause you any pain in this class. So lessen the movement, less load might be up here, just a little bit of a rocking side to side. Change directions for me, Deb. Marion, how are you? Nice to see you. Good. Knee washes are good. Perfect. Come to stand, everybody, please. So finishing up our warm-up strong, and then we're going to get into our low-level workout, right? So here, we're going to wake up those hamstrings a little bit more, as if they aren't awake. Now, you can just kick your bum, right? And that does something. Yeah, you're going to feel that contraction, and what that is shortening the hamstrings, is contracting the hamstring. But what I'd like you to do now is pretend somebody threw gum down and you didn't see it, and you have, or gum, worse, dog poop. Welcome to Toronto. So imagine you have to swipe the dog poop off of your feet. You're on the grass and you just wipe, wipe, wipe. That's different than just kicking your bum, no? Try not to hurdle yourself forward, yeah? So stay tall. Yep, good. Attitude, hand on hips, let's go. Shoulders back, collarbones broad, that's it. Keep kicking, Elizabeth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your feet just outside of your hips. We're gonna knock those hips around the room. So this is my peanut butter spoon jar analogy. Imagine you're trying to get all the peanut butter on the outside rim of the jar. It's organic. You know what happens when it gets cold? It gets hard and difficult to get out. Scrape the corners with your hips, AKA the spoon. Change directions. One last exercise because we need to give some information to the upper body. Let me see that face, Miss Gail. Good. 3, 2, excellent. 1, here we go. V or V. V, V, somewhere here. Arms overhead to some capacity. Now squeeze your armpits. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your armpits. Squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them. W. Yes, my arms are making the W. Yes, T. Back to V. W. Squeeze the armpits. Do you feel? So what I want you to do is not just squeeze in, but try to get the back of your palms like there's a wall there. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. T. W. T. W. Should we play Simon Says, Dana? Arms up, V. Victory. A winner. T. What is T for? I don't know. Think of something. Together. Winner. Victory. Together. One more time. Winner. Victory. Together. Good. Nice big arm circles. Get those arms moving, lubricating the joints and all the attachment muscles. Change the directions. So for those of you who did as I asked, and I asked everybody, shake it out. Grab a sip of water while I chit chat. Our Facebook group has all of the 5 exercises in today's EMOM. An EMOM is an acronym for every minute on the minute. It is not a speed workout. Repeat after me. It is not a speed, a workout. People often think because they have a minute that they absolutely must, speaking of minutes, where's my clock? There it is. Because they have a minute to perform the task, they have to get it done fast. No. You perform the exercise, clean, full range of motion to the best of your ability when we get there. And what you have time for is a rest. So if you have 10 seconds for a rest at the end of your minute, some of you might have 30 seconds for a rest, right? That is the point of this. You enjoy the rest and then we move on to the next minute. The goal is to try and finish the exercise. If you don't, I will give you an idea of what you can do. But what we are gonna do is do these exercises at the end of class. The EMOM is actually the last 15 minutes of class before and followed by a cool down. Right now, we're gonna prep our body. I call these like auxiliary exercises or prepping or warming up. The first thing is your single deadlift. So everybody join me. You're gonna place one right hand on the back of a chair. Okay, and you're gonna step your right foot forward. So right hand is on a chair, everybody's doing it with me. I'm not mirroring, I'm using my right hand, you're using your right hand. Your right foot is forward, my right foot is forward. My left leg is back. Left arm, shake it with me. This is someone who has EDS, right? Connective tissue, very flexible. So I want you to shake, shake, shake. Elbow soft, down by here, down by here, down by here, Claudette, down here. Boop, 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 good. So what I want you to do is let that arm hang. It's not doing nothing, it's on vacation currently. And you're gonna hinge with a flat back with a dead arm. And then come back up. Yeah, so focus on pushing through that right foot, Left arm is relaxed for this particular variation. You're gonna feel everything ignite on that right leg and come back up. 6 times, let me have a look. 6 times, find that hinge. Left arm is relaxed, so let it go. Sue, unlock your knee, front knee is bent. Push your tush behind you, not round your spine to get to the floor. It's a hinge, yes. Don't bend your back knee, Elizabeth. You're turning it into a squat a little bit. So just the front knee is soft, the back leg is just there. Kickstand. Yeah, 6 times. Push your foot into the floor, come up quick. Push your foot into the floor, come up quick. So 6. And then when you're done, you're gonna walk over. You don't even need to move your chair. I do because it was at the edge. You're gonna walk over to the other side of your chair, take your left hand to the chair. Take your left foot forward and use your back foot like a kickstand. Shake out your right arm. Shake it, shake it, shake it. So this is body weighted exercises. So yes, technically it is load. Yes? Right? So here we go. Push the tush back, relax that right arm, shake it, shake it. Push your left foot into the floor, come on up. Hinge, come on up. Let's go. 6 times. That's it, Carol. Karen, I'd like to see your bum move back a little bit more. Push your tush back. Yes, good. You don't have to touch the floor. You're just aiming to keep that nice, tall, neutral spine. Push that front foot into the floor. That's it. That's how you're going to wake up those muscles. That opposite arm is loosey-goosey, doing 0. 6 times. Then you find your chair. This is not timed. This is our prep. So again, it could be used as a way to graduate yourself to our final EMOM. So this could be your workout in and of itself. We will be working towards a single leg sit to stand. For now, feet are just outside of the hips. Don't put your heels too close to the seat of the chair. Have them out so that your ankles are roughly underneath your kneecap, underneath your knee. Good, nice tall spine. I happen to have an elevated surface. It's gonna make it more accessible for those of us who have difficulty getting up without our hands. If you need your hands, at the back of the chair. Here we go, 10 times. Push, come on up. What are we doing? We're pushing our feet into the ground, yes, and coming back down. You wanna make it more difficult? Slow the descent back down to the chair. Nice, pop up really quick for me, Judy. Choom, yes. So we don't wanna thrust our hips forward. We're just focusing on pushing our feet down. Boom, boom, 10 times. Yeah, Dana's even doing this. I like that too. Or this, yep. When you're done, you stop, you find a wall. Yeah. So Sue, what we prefer when we're dealing with bone health is that we don't have the weight of our body out here. I know there's no weight in there, but it's a great way to train ourselves to keep our hands close to our body, okay? So this is gonna pull our body forward. We would rather keep that weight vertically stacked. So the goal is always a neutral spine, right? Finding your wall space, hands at shoulder height, and then walk your feet back a few inches. So I'm on an inclined plane. Can you see that? My feet are slightly back, so they're not underneath my shoulders. So this could be your plank. This could be your inchworm variation, right? Now push your hips back. So your arms are slightly higher than a traditional downward facing dog. Push your feet into the ground, squeeze your tush, squeeze your belly, and come back up. Yeah, and hinge, flat back, and come back up. Keep going a few times. I want to watch. Yeah. Push your tush back, and then straighten yourself up. Yes, you can come up onto your toe mounds. That can make it a little bit more challenging. Looking good, Elizabeth. Nice, Jackie. Good. Now, in preparation for a possibility of going into a full inchworm here, come into your plank and then keep everything tight. So tummy tight, butt tight, and see if you can walk your hands a little bit higher than shoulder height. If that causes pain, then that's not your answer. And then come back down to shoulder height and push your hips back. So we're adding an extra step. Plank, walk those hands up. Things need to be tight, right? Or you're gonna go right into that low back and it's gonna feel yucky. Yeah. Again, plank a few times. Let's find that plank, Elizabeth. Come on up. Walk your hands up the wall. Come on up, 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 up. Walk, 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 walk. Yes, nice, Judy, good job. Nice, Karen. Okay, now is time, grab that resistance band. So low level is a resistance band. If you're dealing with a current or new injury and this resistance band causes pain, that's not your answer, right? I like to hold my palm so that my thumb is facing upwards and my resistance band is here. I trust you all know if your band has a rip in it, because if you have a rip in it, this is bad. If you do not have a resistance band, then start with something super low, right? Like a 1-2 pound bottle of water, can of soup, that kind of jam. Yeah, so see how my thumb's up? There we go. Now grab it. Close your fist. Thumb on top. Good. Take your left hand to your hip. Your right hand is holding. 5 or 6 times. Punch. And come back down. So imagine this is a dumbbell now. Punch your fist up to the ceiling. Yes. And come back down. I'm just kneeling just so that you can get the full effect of my arm. Push. Yes. But you're resisting with that left hand. So don't let that left hand move. Try to look straight ahead. Eyes on the horizon. Push. Most of us will think, yeah, this is okay. It's not that challenging. Some of us will be like, hot damn, I haven't done this all summer long. Overhead press. Why is this important? How would this transfer? What do you do in your everyday life that requires that range of motion? Right? Lots of things. I think of the kitchen on a daily basis. Let's go to the other side. So now you're going to hold the end of the strap in your left hand, thumb up to the sky, close your fist, thumb on top. Good. Right hand to your right hip. Take that weight to your shoulder, because it is a weight, right? And punch the sky. Get angry. Yeah. Now watch that wrist, team, right? We don't want any bending of the wrist. So try to keep your wrist neutral, right? Because otherwise you're going to end up with a sore wrist. Punch. Good. Punch. 5 to 6 times. That's it, Claudette. Nice job. Whew. And you won't be cold for long if you're outdoors. Good. Good. Shake it out. Shake those shoulders. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. And we're going to go to the wall now with the resistance band. But what I'm going to show to you, so take the resistance band in your hand. Yes. A little bit of slack. Can you see how I'm holding it like so? Good. So hold it like that. Now take your palms to the wall. You can put your knuckles on the wall. It doesn't really matter to me. All right. So watch for 1 second. When I pull my left hand away from the wall, watch what my left hand does. So my hands are underneath my shoulder, or my shoulders and my hips and my ankles should be roughly stacked. I'm going to pull that weight, not to my chest, not to my shoulder or my ear, your hip. So what I want you to do, there's almost like a downwards trajectory. Can you see that on the camera? Down towards my hip, back to the wall. Down towards my hip, back to the wall. Let's see that 5 or 6 times. Hip is down here. Now keep that armpit like you're chafing or trying to hold onto a piece of paper underneath your left armpit. Yeah, much nicer. So just do 6 on one side, Claudette, and then switch sides so that you get that load in, repetitive, start to fire things and turn them on. Nice, Carol. Make as much tension as you need and squeeze that armpit back towards your hip. When you're done one side, you do the other. And essentially, If you have done all of these, you can repeat the EMOM with these variations. Right? So if you found this challenging because you haven't worked out in a while or you're new to the program and you're like, whoa, right? I want to watch for something. So this is something I'm going to be working on. So everybody finish what you're doing now and come watch the monitor. So oftentimes I see this. So watch this here. See this is the head of my arm. It inserts into a ball and socket. So here's the socket, here's the head of my arm, and it rotates like this. This is basically basic anatomy, right? So oftentimes when we don't wake up these muscles back here, it'll look like this. Do you see how the head of the arm bone is rolling forward? You can try it. Nothing's going to happen without a weight. See how that shoulder rolls forward? Right? It's no longer facing the ceiling. Here it's facing the ceiling. Here it's facing front diagonal. Can everybody see that? Thumbs up if you can. Does that make sense to you? So imagine I have a dot right here. In fact, I come up with these things. I don't know. So here's the dot. Watch the direction of the dot. Kind of moves forward a little bit. Sorry, I haven't put, yeah, no worry. Forward, yeah? It rotates forward. What I would rather happen is that shoulder stay where it is. Now, see the difference? Yeah, so this then starts to wake up the scapula and all the muscles that attach to the scapula, right? So you get that retraction instead of rolling. You're getting the same movement done. It's not like you're not going to get it done, but you're absolutely not going to wake up any of the muscles that are the point of that exercise. So the body is ingenious, right? It can get stuff done no matter what in life, and that includes everyday activities. But are they using the correct muscles? And that's where wear and tear happens, and that's where injuries happen. So I'm going to be watching that you actually retract the shoulder. It's a lot harder than you think, so be gentle with yourself. That's it, Gail. I am so freaking happy. Let me see everybody do that pull. From the side, please. You don't even need anything in your hand. Imagine. Yes, let's see, Sue. Little better. Squeeze the armpit. Let me see, Dina. It's going to take a little waking up. A little bit maybe load. So we are attempting to wake up these muscles. And trust me, I think it took me a better part of a year when I first started strength training before I woke them up. Nice, Marian. Deb, I can't see your shoulder because you're cut off, so either kneel or lift the camera. Gail, you got it. Let me see, Dana. Yes. So forget about your elbow getting back there, because if we're leading with the elbow, I know this is redundant, but it's really important, right? I don't want anyone to hurt their shoulder. If you're just right? It's not going to do anything for your upper back, which is what we're working on here, okay? So, any questions? Speak now, forever hold the peace. No? All right, so what you're going to get is this part of the class separate from the whole recording so that you can practice this EMOM with your community together once a week until the end of the 10 weeks, okay? So now let's pick our weights. Come on, let's do it. Grab up a weight. We got lots of time. Our body doesn't know to fire a muscle if the weight isn't recognized because you do it every single day, okay? So, in other words, if you are using 2 pounds, but the heaviest thing you carry in the kitchen or you do the task in the kitchen is more than 2 pounds, how many people think they're going to get stronger? Good answer. Nobody. So we need to challenge the muscle so that it recognizes the challenge and it goes, I need to adapt. Oh crap, you want me to get stronger? I gotcha. but it's not going to happen with 1 or 2 pounds. Not one person in here should be using 1 or 2 pounds. Unless you've got an injury, and that's a different story, right? So what I want you to do, the first exercise, right, is a single leg deadlift. Remember the dead arm? The dead arm is going to be holding a weight now. So if my right foot is forward, my left leg is back, you remember the video that I showed you and that we did this in the warm-up. We're going to keep our kickstand. We're going to go 6 times, 1 leg. Did it feel challenging after 6 times? If it did not, you can upgrade that anytime, and 6 times the other side. Okay, that's the first exercise. You have a minute to do 6 and 6. Whatever time is left, chill out. But I don't want you rushing through it. Okay, so 6 and 6. The second one, we're working towards a sit to stand, ideally in 1 leg. So what that means is 1 leg is going to be the anchor, just like your single deadlift, right, that you just did. But I want it to be supported to start. So if you think that this is not going to work because you have a knee sensitivity, a flare-up, or just in general, your knee osteoarthritis is not happening, you're going to do 10. Okay? But for those of you who are doing the sit to stand, you're going to do 5 on 1 leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, other side. 1, 2, but it's assisted. In other words, assisted means I'm holding on to something, okay? Give it a try. If that doesn't work, you're doing just 10 sit to stands. Both feet on the ground, regular, okay? The third exercise is 3 inchworms. From the recording, you can either do, right, the one that we practice in our warm-up, 1, etc., 2, 3. I wasn't gonna show them because I'm assuming you all watch the videos. Number 2, 3 times, come up each time. Yeah? Now remember, the arms overhead is a little bit more advanced. So if you just want to walk out into a traditional plank, then you do that traditional plank. And then of course, the more challenging, if you choose, I'm not doing that variation, but you can hinge, walk out into a plank or walk out into the full inchworm, come back and stand up. That's a little difficult. You're going to have to bend those knees. Otherwise, you're going to round your spine. The fourth exercise, the single arm push press, you're going to go with a lighter weight, right? Something is more functional for you, but challenging for me is like a 12 pound. For you, I don't know, you might be 15, right? Arm out to the side, bend, push. 6 times. Okay, and then 6 on the other side. You got it? Final exercise, bent over row. We're back into that hip hinge position, right foot forward, left hand is holding the weight. Remember the row mechanics. We want the retraction or the squeezing of the shoulder blade in towards the spine. 6 and 6. So I will call out the numbers. There is no music today. I need to focus on y'all. If you want to put some music on, you can. So remember, now is the time to ask a question. I will demo, but my goal is to watch. Any questions? No? All right. Timer's just about to go. Pick your weight. So you're going to need one heavier weight, and for the overhead work, you're going to need a lighter weight. So get your setup. Our first exercise is a single arm deadlift. 6 on the right, 6 on the left. Watch me here. Right leg is forward, left hand is holding the weight. Get the setup. 6 and 6, switching hands. In 5, 4, 3, you can do this all without any weights. If you're new to this class, 1, go. 6 times, push through that front leg. Keep your armpit tight to your body, core is on, push your tush back. You know all of this from the set we did on the low level mechanics. Once you've done 6 on one side, switch legs, switch hands, 6 on the other. Push your hips back, that's it. This should be your heavier weight. Most of you should be at least 10 pounds. There is no rowing in this exercise, Sue. This is a hip hinge. So it's dominated by your lower half of your body. Watch me here. Okay, 6 and 6. You're at 40 seconds. So if you're done, you're resting, you get 20 seconds to watch everybody sweat, relax, take a chill. There's no more to do than 6. You have 10 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So most of you should have been done, which my thing is, I feel like you've done more than 6. 6 on the right leg, 6 on the left. Anna, stop. 6 and 6, that's all. I do not ask for more. 6 and 6, so here we go. Single leg squat, assisted with support, no weights in this exercise, right? So can you step one leg out? If not, that's okay. You can have that foot on the floor staggered. So you can see how my right foot is out but flat. If you want to challenge yourself, your heel is down. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6 times. If you're not doing this variation, both feet are flat, you're doing 10. So 6 on the right, 6 on the left, no more than that. Dana, I'm watching you. Down and up, you got it. That's 3, nice job. Hold on to that support. I love how Dina instinctually picked up a dowel. Keep your foot on the ground, Claudette. Just don't let it lift up in the air. Yeah, you can just let it rest on the ground. Just don't use it. 6 and 6. This one's not going to afford you a lot of rest time, I know. Good. Nice job, Carol. Hold on to that wall. 6 and 6. Gail, where'd you go? You're watching? 6 on the right, 6 on the left. Assisted, one hand on a wall. You have 15 seconds. Down and up, or you're doing 10 with both feet flat on the floor in 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your wall, come to kneeling or stand. We're doing the inchworm, only 3. Find your wall. Okay? Find your downward facing dog if you're doing the wall variation, or find your kneeling position. I don't care, but it's got to be challenging, team, okay? In 3, Deborah's ready, 2, 1. I'm gonna do the kneeling version, and I'm in and out, keeping everything tight. If you find after 2, you're like, I can't do a third one, then go to the wall variation. Let's see this. You feel the farther your hands get away from your body, the more the belly needs to contract to keep you up, right? Yes, you're halfway there. You only needed to do 3. The rest is rest time. Right? Good. I like to see people resting 3 times, no more. The point is to rest, right? And in fact, over time, what you will see is that you will have a longer and longer rest, okay? Single arm push press. So this is the overhead movement. We're doing 6, yeah? 6. You can do it with your resistance band if you prefer, or you can find a lighter weight than what you used for your deadlift. So this is not deadlift weight. In 5, bend the knees, push your feet into the ground to help accelerate the weight overhead. 3, remember those of you with shoulder injuries, you're doing 6 bicep curls on the right, 6 bicep curls on the left. In 3, 2, 1, let's do it, team. Push. Or bicep curl. Remember, I can't show all of them at the same time. That's just too confusing. Yes. Good. 6, that's it. Whew. Nothing makes me feel stronger than an overhead push press. Pushing your feet, pressing the weight overhead. Switch to the other side when you've done 6, Deb. Let's go, let's go. Push feet into ground. Squeeze tush, squeeze belly. Keep it on your shoulder, Judy. I can't see your upper half of your body, but we want to keep it at shoulder height. Good. 36 seconds. If you're done, you're done. I think I have one more. Yeah? Good. How many rounds are we doing? Did you know how many? I said it was a 15-minute workout. There's 5 exercises, 3 rounds. 3, 2, actually 2 and 1. Good, put that down. You will get a rest when we're done this round. Bent over rows, go back to your deadlift weight. I think that should work. If not, then you go back to your overhead push press weight. It should be challenging. If I said to you at the end of this exercise, could you do 3 more, but not 4? Then you've got the right one. Okay, here we go. Right foot forward, left hand holding your weight. We're gonna row that weight into our hip pocket. So it's arcing towards our body, armpit chafing, 6 times right, 6 times left. Let's go, let's go. You're in it, you're in it. One hand is holding a chair. The opposite hand, it's supported. It's called a supported single leg row. So push your right hand into a chair. Yes, nice, Jackie. So only 6. Watching for elevation. Remember the recording. We don't want to elevate our shoulder to our ear. Your scapula and your upper trap is going to kill you tomorrow if you do that. 6 and 6. 15 more seconds. Good. Dina, that looks too light for you. You look like you can do that all day. I'm just saying. 3, 2, 1 time. Now you rest. You get a minute. You're welcome. Any questions to that? Do you feel like you're being challenged? I want to see. Hands up. Thumbs up? Yes. Good. Okay. Remember, there is no strength to be had if you're not feeling challenged. I'm sorry. You're moving. It's great. Awesome. But if your goal is to stimulate the bone remodeling process, is to build muscle because we lose like 1 to 2% a year, damn it, we need to challenge ourselves. So a minute, you can do what you want. Again, this is not a cardio workout. There are some exercises that we do in strength that will get your heart rate elevated. This is not that. Not too much anyways. You're doing great, team. You have another 10 seconds. Single leg deadlift on docket here. So find your heavy weight. Right foot forward, left hand holding the weight. There is no rowing. Your arm is straight. It is dead. We're just using, it's called a deadlift, y'all. Something's gotta be not happening here. So let's go, here we go. So hinge 6 times, push that front foot into the ground. Again, if you have a resistance band, you wanna place part of the resistance band underneath your right foot and then pull with your left hand, that's great. Keep your armpit tight to your body, shoulder blade on your back, and you're going 6 and 6. Push your hips back, push your hips back. It is a hip hinge. Good, switch sides. You're 30 seconds in. Nice, Claudette. Good, so that arm is doing 0, just holding. Your leg is doing everything. Push your tush behind you. Nice job, Marianne, and keeping that nice flat back. Good. Remember, support, chair or wall, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're not doing single leg, you're doing both feet on the floor, 10 sit to stands. If you're doing single leg, you can either keep that foot flat on the floor, you see it's a little bit of support, or just drive the heel down, just let it relax. You're gonna do 6 on the right leg, 6 on the left. I'll wait till you get the setup. Normally I don't wait, not for an EMOM. It's like go, 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 but we're being nice. 1, again, supported, I'm hands on the wall or on the back of the chair. 6 times, there's not gonna be a huge break on this one. Push. Yeah, try not to use momentum, yeah? No rocking back and forth. That's it, Judy, nice job. You're gonna feel those quads working. You're welcome, Dana. You're welcome, Carol. 6 on one leg, 6 on the other. Come on, Claudette, you got this. Nobody's feeling sorry for Claudette. She's at the cottage, just so you know. And then she's going home to like a beautiful part of Ontario. So yeah, nobody feels bad for you. Nice job, Gail. I love you enjoying your rest, watching everybody sweat. Fabulous. Resting, enjoying her rest. She's just wiping her brow, having a sip of non-alcoholic cocktail. All right, ready? Find your wall. We're doing our inchworm. Again, no need to put yourself in a position of having to round your spine. That's my biggest fear, is that you're gonna just flop down. We need to use our joints if you're coming down to the ground variation, right? Which means you're folding like an accordion and then standing up. Wall variation, start in your downward facing dog in 3, 2, 1, or kneeling. Join me for 3 inchworms, walking your hands out or ending in a plank. Wrists underneath shoulders. You got this. Just 3. I don't ask for a lot. Nice job, Elizabeth. Remember to come up off the floor and stand. What are you doing? You're pushing your feet into the ground. Nice job, Claudette. Hallelujah. I love it. Okay, just 3 and then relax. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's just 3. Single arm push press. What weight are you using? What can you manage overhead? I'm just going to quickly demo while we're waiting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, this is a nice variation too, right? You see how I'm using that resistance band? I know it's hard to see, but it's right here. Yeah, that's only if you cannot today use a weight overhead. Now, remember, you're pushing your feet into the ground. You're pushing your arm into the sky. Press it up there. Let's go. 6. Come on, Vicky G. That's it, Gail. Straight. Lock out that arm. Full range of motion. We want to flex the elbow and extend the elbow. We want to strengthen those muscles in full range of motion. Keep your feet hip width apart for this. No staggered stance. No one foot in front of the other. Yes. 6 and 6. You're halfway through it. Nice job. Good job, Shelly. Yes. Oh, I can see. Gail, you're really challenging yourself today. Woo. You might feel this just a little bit tomorrow. 6 and 6. You have 5 seconds. Right? Right here. All right. Final exercise, put that down, bent over row. Stance is identical from our original exercise. Remember the deadlift? Now you get to row, Sue. Watch me here. Push the tush back, arm is straight, bringing it into the hip pocket. Don't drive with your elbow, right? Think about your shoulder blade gliding in towards your spine. All those beautiful muscles. Waking up. Let's see it, Carol. Nice job. Remember, hip, not belly, not chest. Back hip. Find the arc. It's like a little bit of a rainbow or partial rainbow. You're pulling it into your body, not straight up. Back. Back. 6 and 6. Let's see it, Deb. Push your tush back, Deb. Get a little bit more of a hinge. There you go. Tighten tummy and go. Yes, Elizabeth. Oh, my star pupil today. I'm going to pick favorites every week, okay? Wipe the brow. You got a minute on dot. 1 whole minute. What are you going to do with it? Have a sip of water. New series. I haven't talked a lot about hydration as of yet, but as you know, hydrating throughout the class, in fact, hydrating before the class is optimal, and then little sips throughout the class. So make sure you're not coming in here with just coffee in your body. I know, it's so good. So good. I have to try to only do 2 cups a day before 12 o'clock. Or you get grumpy, Diana. Nobody wants that, right? How we doing? Feeling strong? Oh, you're gonna hate this workout in 10 weeks time. I'm kidding. You're going to feel so strong. So remember, after class, jot down what weights you used today. Okay, and I'll tell you something after class, or after we finish this. Last time, here we go. Last time through, single leg deadlift with your heavier weight in opposite hand. So that means right foot forward, left leg is your kickstand, left hand is holding your weight. Do you see that? Opposites. Here we go. Sometimes we do same side. Today we're doing opposite. Hinge, push, supported, hand on the back of the chair. Let's see those hip hinges. That's it. Come up a little bit quicker, Jackie. So up fast. Yeah. You can lower slow. I love that. Bend that front knee, Sue E. Yep. Because if that front leg is not locked out, chances are you're going to round your back to get into this, yeah? So you have 30 more seconds, 6 on the right, 6 on the left. You're switching sides after 6. Nice job, team. Hip hinge. Right? For those who are watching, I give sound effects on the replay. Nice view, Dina. I love it. No, I didn't mean to. Poor Dina. See what happens when I know you all so well. 10 more seconds. Finish up strong, Judy. You got this. Good. In 3, in 2, and 1. Where are we? Who remembers? Squats, supported, single leg, 6 and 6, or 10 with both feet flat on the ground. All right, so I'm going to hold on to the wall. In 3, 2, 1, you're going to go. 6 on the right. It's a lot of work. What I ask you to do is make sure your ankle and knee are stacked, right? So your shin is vertical. If your heel is way far back, guess what part of your body is doing all the work? Your knee joint. Not so fun. Yep, use that dowel. I love that option. A couple of you have picked up that option now. Squeeze through that tush. Yes. Get that foot a little farther out, Dana, that left foot. Make sure you've switched. No weights needed for this, Judy. I mean, you can make it harder for yourself, but it's a body weighted exercise. It's hard enough as it is. 6 and 6, you got it. Yes. See, Judy wanted to make it harder for herself. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or inchworm, 3 inchworms of your choice. Yeah, so wall starts in a down dog, walking your hands up into a plank, kneeling or from standing. Just make sure you bend those knees sufficiently so you're not using your low back to get down to the ground. Let's go. Out and in. Walk those hands up, Jackie. Yeah, walk them back to chest height, Jackie. And then push your tush back. Fold into a down dog. So that's your end position. That's it. Now straighten, walk up. That's it, Claudette. Bend those knees, bend those knees, bend those knees. Yes, push your feet into the ground. Boom, yes. Nice job, Elizabeth. Way to go, Deb. Little further more. Let's go, Dina. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And back. Nice. 3 times. Oh, I should pay attention to that time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Single arm push press. Last time through. Bend, push. Watch my knees. Bend, push. What am I pushing? I'm pushing my hips forward, I'm pushing my feet into the ground, and pushing my arm overhead. It's like all the things. Yes. Got to get that casserole dish. Take your arm out to the side, Carol. Yes, give it something to do. Yes, perfect. 6 times one side, 6 times the other. I don't know, Claudette, if it's just me, but that looks like a really teeny tiny weight. I'm just saying. Okay, fair. I'm just saying, like, I just watched you go into a full-on inchworm. Just saying. Okay. Busted. All right. You got it, Dana. You're doing incredible. Gail is on fire. 6 and 6. Way to go, Shelly. Remember, push. Last 15 seconds. Finish up strong, team. Enjoying your rest. Grab that sip of water. Final exercise of our 15-minute EMOM. Okay? Bent over rows. Heavier weight. Left hand holds the weight, right foot is forward, right hand is using a chair, right? Pushing into that chair, sturdy, strong. I have a kickstand in my left leg. I'm gonna hinge, row. Watch the arc of my weight. It doesn't go up, it goes back into my hip, retracting the shoulder blade. Your chest keeps facing the floor. Let's go. You are in it. 6 and 6. Nice job, Judy. If you need to come up in between each row, if you have some back issues, you can stand up and then hinge again. Yeah. Nice job, Jackie. Who needs help with their luggage traveling this winter? Nobody. Good. Finishing strong, the last 20 seconds. We're gonna go a little over today, team, because there was a lot to go over in this one class, so I apologize, but we will be going slightly over in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 time. Nice job. All right. Nice job, team. Grab a quick sip of water, put those weights out of the way. We're gonna finish off with a nice stretch, and then I'll answer some questions at the end of class if you have any. We're gonna start on our back. You're gonna start on your back, not me. I'm not stretching. So grab a towel for support in your head. What else might you need? Maybe grab your resistance band and bring it with you too. And if you're not on the floor, that's fine too. You're gonna take your back to the wall. Back to the wall, come see. And just kind of rest here. Like this is you lying down. So if your back is against the wall, you want your feet a generous couple of feet away so that you can feel like you're resting on the wall. For the rest of you who aren't using the wall, then you're on your back. Knees could be bent, feet flat. This is how your arms are going to go. Watch me here. Do you remember when you were a kid and you were doing snow angels? You're gonna see if you can keep your hands on the ground and make a few snow angels for me. So let the arms be heavy and slide those arms. Don't get slivers if you're on a dock. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Bend your knees for me, Claudette. Don't do this with straight legs right now. Good. Widen up. Yeah, good, and down. Yes, good, wide and down. Try to keep your chest from lifting, so only go as far with your arms that you can keep your spine in this position as if your arms were down by your side. Remember, feel free to put some support underneath your head so your chin isn't jutting up. Dina, I'm stepping on your ribs currently. Yeah, that'll help. 2 more times. Good, so now listen carefully. Straighten out your legs, relax your arms by your side. Good, so straighten out your legs, arms by your side. You're not doing your snow angels anymore. Turn your head to the right. Turn your feet to the left. Yeah, switch sides. Head to the left, feet to the right. Yes. Good, and just do that a couple more times. Weird, huh? Low grade twisting, not twisting. You're moving the leg bones in the socket, you're moving your neck muscles side to side. You can do the same thing standing, except you'd have to keep your feet stationary. You're just gonna turn your head from left to right. Right? You can feel how that kind of stretches the muscles on the side of the neck. I love that one. Good. Now, if you're standing with your back to the wall, you're gonna come have a seat in the chair. So for those of you who are on the ground, stay there. So if you're doing the seated variation, just come into a hip hinge with one leg straight out in front of you and take a couple of deep breaths there. For those of you who are on the ground, we're gonna come into a thread the needle, which means our right leg is gonna come on top of our left knee. If you would like, you can use your resistance band to tie around your left thigh and pull it in towards your chest. Or if you're able to grab down your thigh towards your pelvis and come into that thread the needle. Really important that you keep this ankle flexed, keep muscles engaged, help support that knee, okay? Let's find that thread the needle. Again, you can do a single leg stretch, hamstring stretch on the seat of a chair. Good, I like that, Deb. Good, and switch sides for me, team. So left ankle over right knee, start there. You're welcome to pull that right thigh into chest and just slide your hands down your thigh towards your pelvis, trying to anchor your pelvis down so that you're not in such a flexed position of your spine. Yeah, and that's where the strap comes in handy. Judy, hug both knees into your chest. You'll get a nice stretch that way too. Yep, good. Good. Good, place both feet on the floor. Turn to your side. For those of you who are standing, you're gonna use your hand on a chair, place the top of your foot on the seat of a chair and push those hips forward. So those hip flexors are in extension. We wanna really focus on driving the hips forward and staying there for 5 to 8 breaths. So this is a standing variation. If you are not doing a standing variation, you're gonna lie on your side and simply bring your hand to your shin or grab that strap and come into a quadruped stretch. Or sorry, a quad stretch, not a quadruped stretch. So again, you could do the standing variation, one foot flat on the seat of the chair. Good, so look down and try to get your knee in line with your pelvis so that the knee isn't forward of your pelvis. That's it. And then push your left tush forward or your top hip. So some of you, your top hip is your left, some is your right. Good. Nice full breaths. Those squats demand a lot out of the quadriceps. So now, holding this, can you push your foot into your hand, but not let it go? So push your foot into your hand or your shin. Yes. For 3, 2, 1, and release. Switch sides. So just flip over. Be the pancake. Be one with the pancake. You're doing great. Again, apologies, class is running slightly over. Get that quad stretch in any way you can. Again, standing variation, hands supported on a wall, top of foot on chair. Drive the hip forward and breathe here. So a couple of deep breaths. Remember, a strap around your shin is also a nice way to do this, to give you a little bit of support. You're doing so great. Good. Now try to push your shin away from your bum. Yeah, into your hand. Push, 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 push. This is only for the people who are on the floor, yeah? Or you could do that on the chair too. In 3, 2, 1. Good job, everybody. Okay, so standing people, one foot on the seat of the chair, you can lunge in and out of a gentle hip flexor stretch. So you don't want to go too deep into this if you're standing, right? Because that lever is a lot longer and there's a lot more error for low back pain. So low back stretching, and we don't want to do that. If you're in a kneeling position and you're on the floor, I like to take a little bit of a blankie. I don't care what foot is on the ground. Before we do anything, squeeze the tushies and then slightly lean forward. We're really just firing the front of the hip, right? And the quad. And then just stay in that for a few breaths. We don't want to arch our back, yeah? So stay nice and tall and up, right? Good, couple breaths here. Try not to bounce in and out of it. Good. And switch sides. Nice job, Elizabeth, great job. Good. So before you push the hips forward, squeeze the tush. So you want to kind of lock out the pelvis so that the movement forward is like minimal, and you'll be feeling it. Yeah, nice job, Sue. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Push that front foot into the ground. Make your way to standing. Hamstring sweeps. Standing with your feet hip width apart. Take one heel forward. Sweep those hands and frame your front foot. So we're just going to sweep and come on up. So again, we're just keep mimicking that hip hinge, and that's why it's imperative that you focus on that lengthen through your spine, right? We will revisit this workout a few times in the next 10 weeks. Specifically, you will do it again before I see you. I'm not even asking you to do the whole class, in fact. A little bit of a warm-up, followed by a 15-minute EMOM. Cool down stretch on your own or this one. 3, 2, 1. Find a moment, find your chair, have a seat, grab a sip of water, just take a moment. One little mindful moment is all it takes to set yourself up for a good day. Haha. Good. Great job, team. So you will get instructions on what's coming your way and what your expectations are. I will give you your movement prescription at the end of our mindful moment. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Stay nice and tall. Softly gaze down, cast or close your eyes, and take a few breaths into your body, going, each breath is like a thank you. So what does that breath look like if you're thanking yourself and you're full of gratitude for everything your body just did for you? It's not shallow, it's not tiny, it's not meek and small. It is big and expansive, full of light, full of hope, full of beauty. All of that is inside you. So one big breath here. And when you exhale, slowly open your eyes. Welcome yourself to the rest of your day, team. Anybody interested in a movement prescription to make your EMOM easier over the next few weeks? All right, let's see. It's like a fortune cookie, but I don't get to eat anything after. The single leg box squat. So technically this would be done in a gym on a box, but we have chairs, so we're gonna call it a chair squat. The objective, do you wanna know what it is? To develop balance and strength in each leg. Your homework, use a sturdy chair or a wall for balance. Perform 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps per leg, lowering slowly using assistance. So that means your homework assignment looks like this. We did it in our EMOM. Well, this is not good, Diane. I'm holding a chair. There's my assistance. One foot is out, the other foot is underneath me. So maybe you're starting with assistance on both sides, right? You're gonna come up, 1, right, 2. Things I wanna caution you about. If this becomes painful, you're going to just do 3 sets of 6 to 8, okay? Because you gotta start somewhere, right? With both feet on the ground. Otherwise, you're gonna do your kickstand. Here is the caution. If my foot is here and I'm starting with my knee forward of my ankle, can you see that? My tattoo is on a diagonal now as opposed to being vertical. So what that means is all my body weight is going to push into my knee. And so my knee is going to not be happy by the end of this workout, right? Because it's being recruited mostly from this joint. So instead, hinge, use whatever support you need, right? I don't care if it's a counter, if it's your partner, if it's your friend or pet, you know, maybe not your pet or grandchild, but you know what I'm saying. So what we're trying to do is focus on the push. And in fact, if somebody was in front of me holding my shin, not letting that shin go forward, you'd be better off for it, right? Why? Because then you'd be recruiting from where we want it to come from. So you're gonna do that exercise. I will write it down in your follow-up email coming your way later today. You will also get this full class. You will also get a video with just the EMOM. I do not ever recommend you do a workout without some sort of warm-up. And you know what warm-ups are all about? They're about lubricating your joints and your major muscle groups. So you can just dance, you can get on your Peloton. If you have a Peloton, you can go for a nice brisk walk, come back to your EMOM, done. You are doing that EMOM between now and next Wednesday, right? Move Better 55 plus, promise. I am going to do the EMOM one more time. Does it need to be challenging? Correct. If it is not, are you going to get stronger? No. So if you're gonna do this, do it with a purpose, right? Do it with a purpose. You deserve it. You are amazing. You are incredible. I will see you next week. I am still here for questions.